Congratulations on finishing the FD course. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I feel great. It was well worth the time, well worth the energy, money, all that. Like I have a doctorate in nursing, and so I've obviously got a lot of education under my belt. And this was by far one of the my most favorite courses that I've ever taken because it actually like connected dots and really made it tangible for real life. So yeah, that's why I wanted to meet with you.
Thanks for that. I'm here. We'll talk a bit. I'll just get a little bit about it, your background. You can ask me any questions you want and talk about moving forward and things like that. So how did you find us anyway?
I had actually signed up for FMCA over a year ago, and then my friend was on Instagram. She like forwarded me this like message, and I was like, it was right before summer open house last summer. And I was like, oh, I don't know anything about this. So I just started listening and I was like, oh my God, like
Huh.
this is incredible. So I signed up, of course. And then the FMCA program started as like September or something. And I was on a session with Raywin, who I obviously I know is your wife at this point, but I was like messaging her because that topic came up, the FMCA thing. And she was just like, I find more value in this. I'll just tell you that because I think she had been down a similar path
Yeah,
before.
she went there.
Yeah. And so I gave it like a month, but before my 30 days, I was like, I can't do this. This is not what I'm looking for. And so I cut ties with them and focused 100% on FDN. So,
Yeah, it's no bad marks on them. Just we're just
no,
much better and
no.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Good. So you found us that way. And you said you had a lot of education in this area. You said a master's in nursing or a PhD in nursing?
I have a doctorate of nursing practice, a DNP. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I've worked in pediatric healthcare for over 25 years. I started my career in research. I still work at Children's Hospital. I'm in Kansas City, so I work at the Children's Hospital here. I'm over their enterprise project management office, but have had so many roles over the last years in operations and clinical sides. And I just had my own health journey, as we all do, and
Yeah,
just had to figure a lot out on my own. And I guess I always wanted to help people, obviously, being in healthcare for that long. And I just
yeah,
never felt I've talked to my friends or whatever, oh, we should start some consulting business. And it's always about, oh, how can we like support hospitals and do better processes and this and that. And nothing of that is interesting. But
yeah,
where I felt like I could help was like in the ways I've been helped, but in a faster way. It took me 10 years to start unraveling things, and that felt like way too long. And the stuff that FDN provides is just, yes, all of this makes sense. I had to learn about each part of that whole individually over a lot of time, and that wastes a lot of time.
yeah. What were you looking to get out of FTN when you?
I think just in general, just an understanding from a functional health perspective, how the labs that have been drawn or that are understood to be like the gold standard out in this world over here in the medical world relate to the healing opportunities and the ways that we can actually feel better. And what
Yeah,
I didn't come into FDN thinking I need the labs, I need the this, I need the that. Like I didn't actually know what I would find. And I just say FDN found me because it was just really nice to come in and be like, yeah, like you do need labs. I believe that. Obviously, I'm a nurse. I can't do much without having some data. But the way that labs were always drawn, I have a thyroid condition. I've never gotten any help or any information or anything. It's like my endocrinologist is, your hair's falling out and you're not pooping, but your labs look normal. We'll see you in six
yeah.
months.
I know we hate that. We hate that. Yes, I'm impressed. And you're obviously a helper person. I love pediatrics too.
Yeah.
So you think we delivered on what few expectations you had?
Over delivered, right? Like, of course, I have expectations around like the rigor and doing like my baseline expectations are high just by the nature of who I am. But like Elizabeth is phenomenal. I resonate so much with your realist attitude and like showing up to these meetings and just hearing from the founder, like, this is crap or that's bullshit or this, and I'm like, that's how I live my life. And it's not always
Yeah.
like appreciated maybe by all, but that's the only way I know how to live. And one of the notes I wanted you to know is just the approachability and the reality of the people and the program is really, you don't find that anywhere else, really.
Thanks. I'm being me and you're being you. And so,
It's the only thing I know how to do.
yeah, I don't know any other way, and it's doesn't resonate with everyone, but I'm glad it did with you. We found you, you found us. Now that you graduated, or you will be in a couple of minutes when I click the final button here, how do you plan to use your new skills and expertise as an FDN on top of what you already, your vast experience and things?
Well, I have a business, and honestly, maybe that's like where this all started. It was 18 months ago, if not a little more. And I was having a terrible day at work, and I went out for a walk, and I just had that moment with myself of, you need to get the fuck out of this. This is not doing it anymore. And you want to help people, but this is not how. And it was one of those moments that hits you in your brain just like a train. And I was like, oh, I am so counterculture. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's the name of my business, Counterculture Health and Wellness. And so I basically just went home and did all of that and had no reason why, no understanding of what it would mean or what I would even do with it. And so I just created my own LLC. I got through all of that and then started thinking like how. And so again, then we can backtrack to how I got into FDN. So that's really the end to this story is that's what I want to do. This is my transition plan. I don't have any reason to hurry away from my day job. We're in a fun spot right now. I have a great team, and there are more moments of fun than not. So that's great. But I want to do this. This is what I want to do for the long term. I don't want to work in an institution like a children's hospital forever because I just keep burning out like around every corner. It's great, but it's just not a long-term strategy. And this is what I want to do. I want to work in functional health and I want to help people and I want to build my coaching community and I want to learn more. And so I'm excited about the AFDNP possibilities because I'm not spending hundreds of hours a week trying to figure out all of the funnels and the client resource management software and like all of that stuff. I want to learn more about what might make the most sense and resonate most with me. So I'll be looking for ways to help other practitioners so I can learn more. But also in the meantime, probably taking my own. Like I've got 2 clients right now. I'm just slow rolling them, waiting for today so we can start doing some labs when they get back from their vacations. I've got people that are like, oh, I want to do this. And I'm like, yeah, we'll absolutely get to that. Absolutely. But I don't want 100 clients right now either
Right.
because I have more to learn. So,
No, you don't need 100 clients either. To be successful, you need 25 to 30
okay.
max
Okay.
at any one time. Now, if you
Yeah.
get better, you need to replace them.
Yep.
Or people don't get better and drop out, you need to replace them too. And some people may stay with you for a long time, so that's less people you need to replace, but you always need to have 25 or 30. And that's to make really good money if you charge the way we charge, way I recommend it anyway. So do you have any questions around that kind of thing, like how to charge or packaging, pricing as you move forward? And I really respect that you have a good position now doing what you're doing. You're not in a hurry, but how does that look for you, the prospects of having?
Like I have on my website a couple packages, and I think that the top one I call is, I don't know, something premier, and then like the immediate, like the basic one, and I have that at $3,500. So it's $3,500 or $5,000. Now I
Yeah,
haven't sold any of those yet. And transparently, like the person that I'm working with right now who's going to get back from her vacation and wants to do labs right away, like I'm going to obviously make her pay for the labs and I'm going to
yeah,
work with her a little bit later on what did you feel like she's a friend and so I'm going to
yeah,
it's like a real conversation of now having experienced everything like where could because I'm learning too, right? Like I sent
sure.
her the Excel documents to fill out her intake stuff, but she had to print them off and fill them out by hand because she does. And I'm like, so that's not going to work. So I transitioned to Google Form already. Stuff like that, where I'm just trying to learn like what's most tangible for
Yeah,
people. because I don't plan on actually working with friends and family from a package perspective. Like that isn't,
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
I know it's hard. It's really hard to do that. I would have a hard time charging anybody.
I know, like my sister, she's such a mess and she would probably pay me, but I'm like, I would fire you after a day. Like, we're not working together. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, I totally get it. So they need to pay for the labs
Yep.
plus. You can always say, give me X amount, something where you're covering a little bit of your time or expenses and you have to maintain things. But like your computer and everyone has expenses. So to do FDN, it's designed to be a profession, not necessarily stand alone, but a lot of people do, they stand alone on, I'm an FDN, period. I run labs, give you protocols, and help you run those protocols on yourself for a period of time, and hopefully you get better. And that's their profession, so they charge professional prices. It's totally within your scope and realm to do that when you want to.
Yeah, and I definitely plan to. This is not pro bono work
Yeah,
at all because it takes a lot of time. I think I like just between like candidly, it's like I struggle with the like I have such a vast clinical experience and background, yet I am not a doctor and I don't treat or and I know that's not the point, but like when you're new in a practice like this, I have an ethical holdup or hang up in my head of charging such full price for things when I haven't worked it through in my mind. But that's the perfectionist in me too. Nothing is ever good enough from my perspective. And so
yeah,
I have to get over some of that. But I got to do a couple first.
totally understandable. And it's probably the right thing to do. For you, it's the right thing to do, for sure. And we're also different. We get to do it our own way. That's the beauty of some, or do nothing like some FDNs.
I hope not. I want to do a lot of things. My
Yeah,
thing
no, you'll
is
do it.
doing too much and not
Yeah,
supporting
you're a
myself
helper.
enough.
You're a natural born helper, and it takes one to know one. So, I that's a compliment. The you can get a lot of help with that, but moving forward with your AFDNP membership, hopefully you'll join our
Yes.
alumni, and
Yes.
we try to over deliver on that as well. Yeah, there's dues. There's so many great resources you can get in discounts and
I
just
mean,
all
it's
the
just like
good.
$30 a year or something, isn't it? Or a month?
It's
I mean,
about 400 a year.
yeah.
A
Yes.
little under that, maybe whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you pay by the quarter or something like
Okay.
that.
Got
And
it.
and we've played with the price and we just feel everybody's pretty comfortable right there. And you get all the support you need. Just like going through, Elizabeth gave you great support during the course and the mentors hopefully were helpful to some degree. And I'm there every Friday still doing the Friday call for trainees. It's my favorite time of the week, hanging out with the people going through the course, trying to, give insights and things like that and be myself so they can see, yeah, you really can be out there in the world doing this. But so you can join that. But I also want to get to any questions you have. But could you give me any feedback on, since you're so well educated, what could I have done to make it better? I've made it better over the years by listening to the people who took it. Was there something you wish it had that it doesn't have yet?
I know that there are a lot of people out there that wish that there was like an app interface, and I honestly would hesitate against that. This is my personal opinion, just because I think that using my computer and like having the slides accessible, that felt I didn't have to go back a lot. And like I know that you say review, keep coming back and keep listening. Now I think a lot of the pathophys stuff can be very much over someone's head if they don't have a baseline, maybe like I
Yeah,
did. Like that
you're
could
right.
but I think an app would almost be a disservice just because that feels like an easy way to get through the course material. And this is a true course, and it's very much, I would say, collegiate level. And
Yeah,
you don't get to go to class by listening to an app. Like you
yeah,
either go to class or you sit in front of your computer and watch an instruction, or and maybe that's the old way and I'm just too old or something and I'm not like
yeah. You're
doing
just too old.
things, but I'm just too old.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I feel you on that. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
compliment.
And I'm okay with it because I feel like you've got to take this very seriously And I think some people, I'm all in, and I realized, like, I noticed that one of the questions was like, are you going to do something with this or not? Was paraphrasing in my mind when
Yes.
in one of the, and I'm like, oh, I guess I never would have thought that there was an option not to. Like, why would you spend time doing this to not do something with it? And
Yeah.
so it's a valid question, and maybe that's where these people are coming from. But anyway, so my feedback is I probably wouldn't do that, but I like the exam or like the quizzes at the end. I think that was helpful. I think from a course material perspective, I did go and print all the slides and put it in a book. That would be really nice to offer just to be able, as part of the package, you could add on or do your own thing. Like,
You could
because
add
I
on
use
what?
that a ton.
Add on what now?
Like the when you do the whole course slides, and there's, you can either print them on your own, or some people made a book. I made a book on my own. You guys should just make your own book and sell that as an option. And I think I paid maybe $40 through something somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's really needed for those that need to reference, and I would have a hard time understanding why no one would ever need to reference the slides again. I use them so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks for that. Someone just this morning, I did a postgrad interview and she put everything in Notion, something called Notion. I'd never heard of Notion.
I'll have to look at
It's an AI assisted workspace, Notion. And
okay.
she said, I just put everything in Notion and then I had all my own notes and I could go back and I could search them and I could do, it's an AI assisted workspace. I'd never heard of it until this morning. And then I just earlier in between that and now had a staff meeting, about 8 people, and I said, has anyone ever heard of Notion? Like 6 out of 8 people were using it. And I said,
Thanks for telling me.
yeah, thanks for telling me, because apparently this girl who did it, this lady, and her notes were worth money. Who wants to have to do all that? And it's a way to have the course there, but what I found out, if there again more discussion, was no, the beauty of Notion or any other is that's how you learn. So if someone else did
Interesting.
Notion for you, it'd be like Cliff Notes, it'd be like cheating.
That's what I was going to try to understand, is I wouldn't pay for it because then someone else is doing all the work.
And you're not learning, you're just using it, like you said earlier, an app is a way to cheat through something.
Yeah, like you
And
need
with,
to like watch and see
yeah,
and take, yeah.
thank you for that. I'm always open to anything that would make it better, and especially from someone with your knowledge and experience, and the fact that you've taken so many courses, and the fact that you said this was the best one ever, right?
It was like, thank you for not making us do and discussion posts with like other people, or like doing group projects. Like all of that stuff wastes a lot of time and is
Yeah.
never bad. So thank you for that.
Mhm.
And I would say the hot topics were key to success. The way that Elizabeth can create some sort of a scenario for any type of pathophysiological situation. I'm just like, where does your brain come from, girl? Like, how does that happen? She's
Yeah,
brilliant.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. Do you have any questions for me?
I think what I would just offer really more than anything is I saying I'm good where I'm at in my day job. It's not to mean that I'm not willing to go do something else or move away from that job. I think it's like when the scales start to go some certain way where I can make that exit. But at the same time, I love functional health. I want to be part of this movement. I want to help you guys, like from an FDN perspective, in any way, shape, or form. And so, having the skills that I have and background that I have in like program project management, portfolio management, great. But also, just in general, industry experience from a healthcare perspective, and like whatever that might mean to you guys, or if you ever have any opportunities that you think Andrea might be one of those people we could cultivate and leverage, I would want to know.
Okay, you're a couple of things. One is thank you, because that's how we've grown. I have maybe 50 staff, part-time, independent contractor, employee, everybody. It's about 50, and I'd say 40 of them or more are FDNs.
Yeah.
And the first 10 were all FDNs except my bookkeeper.
Yeah.
and she doesn't need to take FDN, but and then it has grown like that. So every 10 I've had, the next 20 were all FDNs, and then just because of the way things go. But yeah, we've grown by because the FDN community is so full of good people who want to contribute and that kind of a thing. But at the same time, I will go, hey, I talked to someone on a PGI and maybe I should put it all in Notion. I don't know. But and they would do this, and they would do. So what we do is we put all requests for like a position we have open, or even just a project that we have open, and we give it to our membership first.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's almost always filled. Very few times we have to go outside of that. I just hired someone last month who's not an FDN, but she's known about us for years and
Mhm.
loves FDN. So she was still an FDN in spirit. And so, yeah, just keep your eyes on the newsletter and,
Okay.
and look for those positions. We just put one out last week. I don't think it's for you. It's all like clerical and
I
admin.
did see that. I saw the email come out from Brandy. Is that who typically
Yeah,
sends?
Brandy's a COO. She runs the company
Mm.
and it's all going pretty good. But yeah, keep your eye open for things like that. That's not a spot for you, but we get more creative spots and more, I'll say, higher level views of especially around projects and things. But if you have something that you wanted to submit, you would just go to the same support email, support@afdnp.com, and
Okay.
just say, hey, I thought of this, I thought of that.
Okay.
And you can always copy me too. You have my email, hopefully, from this appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, just bookmark that. And if you get something cool, I'm all ears. I'm trying to make this process here. What can I do better? And what's your background and where do you fit in, kind of thing. Good on you for that. And thanks for the offer.
Yeah. Continuous and quality improvement are really my wheelhouse. That's where the bridge happened between clinical and operational worlds in my life. And I can't unsee things that need to be fixed. Like I see it and
Yeah.
I know where we need to go. And it's like, how can nobody else see all of the steps to get there? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
framework.
Yeah. Me too.
Mm.
So I am. I see something broken. I want it fixed. I could think of 100 businesses, at least a dozen that I could go do that would be to beautify the world in some way or make it a better place for everybody.
Yep.
Y-
One day at a time, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to enjoy some of those too
Yeah.
with what's really important. I just got back from a motorcycle trip with my son that I do every year. And I just this morning texted him like, why do we only do that once a year? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my
Yeah.
dad loved fishing and he went fishing twice a year.
So at least you can do twice a year.
Yeah, I said now we're gonna either throw in another motorcycle ride because we went for 10 days when we go, and
Wow.
I get
Yeah.
off the grid and it's always really cool. And he's 43 now.
Oh, we're the same age.
You and my son?
Yeah. December.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, you got a lot of life to live and you gotta go live it too. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, Andrea. Just if there's anything else you ever wanted to add, open book policy. You do want to go as I do this now. Let me just go here and here.
I'll see you at Hicks too.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. I missed the boat on I like was one of the first probably to buy my ticket, but I missed out on the hotel. So now I got to spend a lot more money,
Oh
but that's
no.
okay.
What, they don't have any more?
No, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad they've been selling. That's the last year Hicks didn't sell enough tickets. This year, obviously, they've improved. So I'm sorry you didn't get the discount, but you don't even have to stay there, but it's best if you do. You know how conferences are.
I know that's why I'm like, no, I'm for sure staying there because it's just so hard to try to Uber or what. Like, I'm not doing any of that. It's
Yeah. There's a couple right there in the same area if you have to. But otherwise, yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you in person then, Andrea.
Thank you so much. I want you to know it's been just a pure pleasure and everything you guys do is like right up my alley and I'm so glad I found
Yeah.
you.
Good tell.
Thank-
Well, you found a great community and we're happy to have you.
I'm the lucky one.
Okay.
Have
Well,
a
good
great
job.
day.
Okay,
Thanks, Reed.
bye, Andrea.